What's up? How's it going, guys? So I'm hoping sound is going through everything or going through perfectly fine because I have a habit of faffing around with the sound and having it not work and everything. Could just be a muted mic for all I know. I see levels. I think my filters are on, properties are on, everything. But yeah, it's great to see all of you. We got a few people in chat already. We got Umbrellas. We got Ryan Paul. We got This Is Your Media Guy. We got Austin. Damn. What is going on, guys? How are you all doing? Because I'm doing great. I'm doing good. It's been a busy month for me. My partner and I have bought a townhouse together, and it's a big step forward in our lives and our relationship. But it's been such a headache in terms of the whole process. But it's a good step forward. But that and juggling this next video that I'm pushing out very soon, it's been a pretty hectic month. But a lot of good things are happening as well. Sound is good. Very nice. Very nice. We got a Helder Maya. Welcome in. Welcome in. I actually cannot read what you said, unfortunately. But hello. Congratulations. Thank you. We got Am Cosmos. Welcome in. Congrats. That's awesome. Yeah, it's good. Excited to move into the space and all the trials and tribulations that come with home ownership. Most of my time has been spent doing that, and this new video. It's gonna be a gear review video. Haven't done that in a little while, but this one is with Small Rig, which is really funny because I remember a little while ago, I forgot which video it was off the top of my head. Oh yeah, it was my what is it? The camera rig that built my career or something like that. Surprisingly performed really well, and in that video I feature a lot of small rig accessories from my camera build out. And then I was like, this video is not sponsored by Small Rig, but if you're listening, shoot an email over my way. I think it's been like a year now, and it finally happened. Finally doing a collaboration, so I'm excited for that to come out. Hello dog translation. Thank you for the translation. What's up? We got Looter YT. Sup, bro? What's going on? Welcome in. Just starting the stream, starting this whole work review stream. But before we get started, I want to switch over to this over here, this channel, Submit for Live Review. Some of you I know are a little confused with the submission process. Some people want their work to be reviewed on stream, but the only way to have me actually review it is for you to post it and submit it through this channel if you're a Frame by Frame member. It is absolutely free to join this community. There is a free section and a paid section, but the free section, I will review your work. So if you're in chat and you have not done so already and you want me to review your work, then please do so right now. I will wait a few minutes because I know some people want their work reviewed and they're like, how do I get Herman to watch my video? This is how. This is exactly how you do it. So we only have 3 submissions today. So before I lock everything and not let anyone post anymore, I'm just going to give it a few minutes. I'm going to give 5 minutes. I think that's an adequate amount of time. So you just need to read this before posting. Okay. You know what? I'll give it between 5 to 10 minutes. I don't know. I'll just chat with you guys. And if there's anyone who is planning to submit right now and they're in the stream, please let me know in the chat so that I know that I should wait for you. Otherwise, I'm going to lock it while you're in the middle of submitting it, and it's not going to be fun. Yeah, we got Allison Road West. Big fan, just dropping by to say that your gimbal and slider videos are some of my favorites. You took tools we are already familiar with and taught us new creative ways to use them. Be proud, Herman. Oh, thank you so much. Love from Seattle, USA. Thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate that. Those are some very encouraging words, especially because I am not really known as a gear review person, YouTuber. So knowing that they provide value to you, especially if they're tools that you're already familiar with, and just being able to spin that in a refreshing way, that's the goal. So yeah, I'm happy to hear that. We got Am Cosmos who's trying right now to submit. All right. Got Austin trying to submit as well. Sweet. And if you have any questions, just let me know in chat. But the rules are here. You know what? Why don't we read them while it's on the post anyways? So it's one submission per member per month. The length limit is 3 minutes max. If your video is longer than that, I will skim it or I will skip it. Please make sure that you're choosing the monthly tag. So in this case, it is the February 2026. Focus your feedback request to be clear about what you want to improve or learn. If you just drop a link, then I'm going to give you some very generic feedback. If you have something specific that you want to tackle, I think that'll be easier for not only me, but for you to understand what you can do to take it to the next level. And then, yeah, actually having a working link to the video, adding a short context, so 1 or 2 sentences. So, you know, just a little blurb for some context. Doesn't have to be super in depth. Just share anything that you feel like, and late submissions won't be included. So cutoff date is the day of the live stream. So that is now. That is within the next few minutes. All submissions that follow these rules will be reviewed live, and that will be happening right now. So something that I'm doing that's a little bit different this time compared to my usual streams is that some of you may know that I hosted my very first community challenge, and I announced that I think last month. And this community challenge was a way to encourage people to really create and challenge themselves with a deadline. So I gave 3 weeks for people to engage in this challenge. And it's the first time doing it, so I didn't really know what to expect. But the way, or what I was excited to roll this out, was because it's a little bit different from contests and challenges that I've seen in like other video editing servers, where they just kind of like post and ghost. So just post the link and that's it. It's a very simple contest that I see people hosting. And as good as that is, I found it very shallow. So people would just post it and it's just like, what involvement is there? So my way of making things different was, in order for your submission to be counted, you have to leave feedback on other people's submissions as well. So that way it actually sparks engagement between members, and it actually provides you something of value because you're hearing the opinions of other creators and you're not just stuck in your own head, or you're just getting feedback from me. It makes things sustainable for me as the managing the server as well. So unfortunately, not a lot of people were able to make it to the challenge. There were only 2 submissions. I will be announcing the winner in this stream. Yeah, so that's exciting. So I'll be giving them a little bit of airtime near the end of this work review stream, and yeah, just giving some feedback and some critique. So that is what is going on. We got React 777. Do you see a career or good income from video editing, freelancing in 2026? If you try to build personal brand and try to showcase your work? While we are waiting for submissions, I'm willing to answer this, but usually I will not answer questions that are not like pertaining to this work review, just a heads up. But in terms of seeing a career with good income from video editing and freelancing, yeah, I think it's a good time to build a personal brand, but I think it really depends on the individual as well. So what I mean by that is just understand that right now there is a lower barrier of entry for editors. People can be editing on their phones. They could be editing with free software like Resolve or CapCut. I mean, there are paid versions of that, but just know that there are a lot of editors out there. So you are going to compete in a much more saturated market than it was in the way like 5 or 10 years ago. So how are you going to stand out? So it really depends on your drive and the reason that you are creating. If you're doing it just as a source of income and as a career, I think that you will burn out really quickly. If you have a passion for it and you really want to grow a personal brand and provide value to people, then if that's your North Star, I think that this can be a good market to tap in. But yeah, maybe it's just because I'm in the video editing space that I see a lot of talented editors. So I know what the market is like. I know what my competitors are like. And it can be very daunting and very overwhelming to compare yourself to them. But I think it really depends on what kind of genre of videos that you go into as well. It looks like my OBS disconnected, but reconnected. So I'm hoping I'm still around. Let me know. And yeah, like corporate videos, real estate videos, like if you shoot and edit stuff like that, I think there's always going to be a market for that. Maybe you can be an editor for wedding videos. I think there's a lot of different avenues that you can explore. But if you're doing stuff like gaming edits, for example, that might be a little bit tougher because I think they're not paid very well, but it is a lot of fun for editors. So a lot of ways that you can take it. Yeah, you're good. Okay, nice. You submitted. It's like a small niche gaming channel of mine of Elden Ring PvP. Okay, nice. Sadly, my video is not there. I'm late. Oh, what's going on? We got Jew Animation. We got Juicy. Yeah, sorry that you weren't able to make it this time around, but as always, this is a monthly review stream, so there's always next month. All right. So just to check. Is anyone submitting right now? Is anyone in the middle of submitting? If not, I'm going to get started. We got Austin who just submitted as well. Nice. So if I go back here. Okay. Very nice. We got 2 more over here. All right. Go in once. Go in twice. Go in 3 times. Anyone else submitting? I have an old video if there is a chance to post. Oh, okay. Okay. We got Juicy, who is going to be posting an older video. Once theirs is in, I will begin. Yeah, this time around, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 videos. So, nice. But how are you guys? What are you guys up to? Are you guys editing anything specific? Are you, you know, working on any creative projects that are fulfilling, any challenges that you're trying to overcome? This is your media guy just dropped off their submission. Nice. So if I go back and forth, there it is. All right. And then once Juicy's is in, we'll be ready. Oh, 1 new post. Oh, there we go. All right. We are cutting this off. Edit the channel. No one can post any longer. Great posts. All right. Okay. Start from the beginning over here. We got M. Hassan asking any tips for learning great design. Unfortunately, I'm not doing an Ask Me Anything stream. I will only answer questions that are pertaining to this work review. But welcome into the stream. Hopefully you can still get something out of this experience. Okay, we got good content. Hi, my name is Ryan from Canada. Very nice, a fellow Canadian. So your feedback request was, I want to hear your thoughts on this music video, especially with the directing and editing of this video. Context, I occasionally do music videos. This is my highest budget video that I've done. I work with a professional videographer for this. I directed and edited this music video. It is intended to be spooky and a little disturbing in nature. Ooh, I'm not good with spooky and horror stuff, but I'm sure I'll be fine. It's got that spooky vibe, just being in the middle of the forest. Oh, that's kind of nice. Using that little filter. Halo filter, I think it's called. Firefighting, she's sliding down on my body. On this topic, I'm mixing more like I'm Sonic. I be super infectious, thought I'm bubonic. Shot a body to brag about in discussion. Ain't a pussy who's handling my percussion. Pull up on him with silence, there's no we hushing. Put the moss on the cream, roll up the Russian. Fast 12 to the gut, make him kick back. Brim reap for this bitch, I'm the sideways. Feeling boozy, getting boozy on the cognac. Bringing demons to the pit, bring it on, hey. Can we pull up with it grid like we had to? Like it's bad news. Playing damage to this bitch like a bad news. Feeling gas in my head, give it. Close my eyes. I don't wanna close. I don't wanna close.
this 'cause I still see you in my dreams. I fight this every night. Do you still bleed the blood?
I realize you guys can't hear me.
Something in the way I said I'm sorry. Spirits in the room.
Yeah, not talking for now. I think I get the gist of this video.
So far gone, smoke till we cave in. Bedroom wall is blessed, ain't pavement. Mask on my face, no I do not say. Don't show no love, all we feel is pain, bitch. Pain in the gutter. I look great in the pit with my brother. I'm a bitch when you acting like my lover. The woman that I love is my mother. Did one in the ground, it'll back out. Did pussy motherfucker if he act out. You wouldn't leave me if I'm looking with the dark out. Start whining this bitch with the cause out. Fight, 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 fight.
Sweet. Yeah, that was pretty good. We got Nico Flame in the chat. Welcome in. How am I? Doing good. Doing good. Doing good now that we're work reviewing. Can hear you? Okay. Just left, then came back in, working now. Liquid Groove. Did I say hi to you already? Welcome in, if I haven't welcomed you in already. Very nice, working now. Anyways, yeah, I think this video is good. I can tell that it's a low budget. It's tried to like keep things contained in one location, and I think that you made good use out of the location to make it visually interesting. You added things like this halo effect thing going on for some of the shots. There's what is it? There's a lot of creativity behind it, like this, or I think it was one of these where it goes like into his eye or something like that. And then the circular kind of matches that halo. Like there's some thought in those transitions, and it feels like a pretty standard quality indie production music video. You're just having like a bunch of friends, you know, not like a totally like huge production or anything like that with a big crew to accomplish it. And there's some, you know, like visually interesting variety of shots. So like you got, you know, these static shots, jump cuts where it's cloning, you got this wiggly effect, which is pretty standard for this kind of like genre of music videos. This is really interesting as well. Yeah, I think for what it is, I think it's pretty engaging, and yeah, just overall good video. So one thing that I think you could probably take to the next step would probably be lighting. I think that was the main thing that kind of bothered me. It does convey a good, how to say it? The goal was for it to be a little bit spooky and like horror-y. So I think this conveys that like spotlight found footage sort of like vibe. So it's like this hard light that's not supposed to look like pretty. It's supposed to look like scary, I guess, or dramatic. So it can be kind of like head-on-ish. So I think it works, and there's these flashing lights, and it's good. But I think that there are some shots that I feel like they could still be lit a little bit better. But what do you guys think in chat? Like, maybe I'm just being picky. It could be the color grade. There's something about it that I feel like could push it to a slightly more pro quality. Like this already looks pretty good, but maybe it's like the color grading and the fact that like the skin tone looks a little too pale in contrast to this, to like the snowy ground. I'm not sure. But the second thing is, I think that being in a contained location, like in this forest, like in the middle of the woods with these dead trees and everything, like I understand that's probably a production limitation. Like you only have so much money, you can only shoot in one location, and you only have so much time with your talent. But I think you can benefit from booking like a second location or finding something else that fits that theme so that you create that visual interest without it feeling stale. Because when we stuck in one location for an entire like 2.5 minute video, it can start feeling a little stale. That would be the next thing to kind of like bump up the production quality. And it can also be a free location. It could still be outside, it could be at night, it could also be within the horror-y type of like theme. But yeah, when it's one location, it does feel a little more of like a low budget vibe, if that makes sense. So yeah, let me know if you guys agree in the chat. Those are just my thoughts, but that's basically usually I'll point out one thing that I like, one thing that I think could require a little more attention, but I'm just going to throw out my thoughts as they come. But yeah, nice work. Thanks for submitting your work, Ryan. We got D Little Films. Hi, my name's Derek. Been a videographer / video editor for 17 years. Nice, about the same time as me. But I'm always looking for improvement. I'm a big fan of you and your work is extremely inspiring. Thank you. This is my most recent demo reel and looking to see your thoughts on the feel and pacing of the edit and if you think this looks advantageous for future work. Context is that this is my reel that I introduced to potential clients and employers to share my previous work. I shot and edited everything in this piece. A lot of it is automotive because that's the industry I've worked in for the last 5 years and haven't had too much of other variety other than that industry. Okay. Good content music. That's your video. Nice. Thank you for the review. Of course. It's my favorite music video I did. Yeah. You should be proud of it. I think you did a great job, especially if you directed and edited it. Like it's solid. Like that is solid work. Okay, so we got D Little Films. We're gonna watch his reel. Watch their reel. I think I've used this song before, like years ago for a promo video. Cool, we see some automotive stuff. Beautiful landscape shot. I believe he said that they shot and edited everything. The drive away to end it all. Nice. You know, solid. Oh, we got more to this video. Long trail off at the end, but I think it was solid reel. Nice. And just to double check, I'm pretty sure you said that you shot and edited all of this. Yeah, shot and edited everything for potential clients. Yeah, I think it was solid. If you're trying to attract work that is similar to what you've been doing already, which is like videography work that, you know, documents and showcases automotive stuff, you know, real live events like this, lifestyle stuff and dining and all that stuff, talking headshots, like I think this is solid. You show a variety of your skill set and what you have to offer. So yeah, nice. One thing to kind of pay attention to, I would say, is the transitions. I think that was the one thing that really took me out of it, because for some reason, like that transition, and like there's going to be another one at some point right there. I understand the appeal of using transitions. I get it. I use it all the time. I used a lot of these digital types of transitions in my past work. But I think that using them can make your reel look a little amateur, if I'm being totally honest. And I think the reason is because the effect itself doesn't fit with the genre of the footage, if that makes sense. So it doesn't feel like it calls for that transition. So it just feels a little bit slapped on. Like it was like it was a template that was downloaded from, I don't know, Video Hive, Artlist, Motion Array, wherever it is. I'm guilty of using all those platforms, by the way, and downloading transitions, so I know. But when the rest of the shots feel more professional and like pristine, and like high quality, those cheap looking transitions just bump the quality of your reel from here to like here-ish. That's how I felt. That is the only thing that I can really point out. The rest of it, I think you had a good collection of shots. It does look like there is more automotive stuff than everything else, which is totally fine if you want to shoot more automotive stuff. But yeah, solid stuff. Thank you for submitting your reel, Derek. I think I accidentally submitted mine under the just make what makes you happy guys submission. Sorry, I'm not sure I understand. This looks good. Sure, what makes you happy? Oh, I see. Gotcha. This looks good. Some of the transitions are not the best though, in my opinion. Yeah, that was the main thing. For love of hell, yeah. The music is a little intense. Like, that would be my second critique. I just feel like the music, I understand that it needs to be high energy and high impact, but I don't know what it is. I just imagine something a little more, what's the word? Like more digital based, if that makes sense, for this kind of music. Because it's like some sort of like wet sounding dubstep type of thing. That I'm trying to remember the exact video that I use this for. Give me like a few seconds to like rack through my brain. And even I don't think it was that appropriate for what I used it for. I need to listen to it a few times. Can't think of it. It was during my whole Magic era. I used to like I would hear a sound and I'd be like, that's the video that I worked on using that song. I submitted it as a reply. It's my first time. Oh, all good. First car transition looked a little bit cheesy. Great shots though. Yeah, the shots are great. It really is just a transition. What part of Canada are you from? I am in Vancouver, West Coast. All right, moving on. We got System is Down by Sun. Sun, I always sing high praises of this individual because they are so prolific in the AMV space. He edits, like, by the time I finish one edit of my YouTube video, he's like uploaded 10 AMVs. Like, and you can also see the progression of his skill over time as well, which is always very rewarding to see. We got Derek. Oh yes, Derek, the one who submitted. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Totally makes sense about the transitions. I think I was trying too hard to stand out. Yeah, and that's such a natural thought process and mindset. It's just like, oh, what are some things I can add to spice things up? And I definitely am very guilty of that, especially in the era where I did a lot of freelance gigs. It's just like, oh, I feel compelled to like do these fancy things so that I can make it cool, so I can make it visually interesting, and that way clients can see the value in me. But if they don't feel like they belong in the video or with the footage, then it ends up doing more harm than good. Just something to bear in mind. Oh, Herman, I'm so sorry you're going to see this. Oh no, we got Sun in the chat right now. I'm scared. Don't be sorry, might be worse. This was born from an inside joke in the AMV community group I'm in, and essentially a high quality shitpost that I made for a contest for fun. I'll let it speak for itself. I'm sorry in advance, Herman. Now guys, be positive, we're all trying to get better. Yeah, exactly. We are all trying to get better. But I think in this case, Sun is not worried about the quality of it. He's worried about the context. I'm worried as well. As long as it's appropriate for me to stream, I'm totally okay. I don't know what the original audio is from, but so far, the sound effects of the fighting and everything are timed with the beat, which is nice. Damn, we got some fan service in here as well. There's a lot of random creative sounds in here. I do wish I was in on this joke. I feel like I would appreciate it more. Although, even without any context, it's pretty entertaining. Because I don't really know what I'm watching, but it's interesting for sure. And there are a lot of creative match cuts and moments that are clearly intentional. Look at that, those onomatopoeias. Nice. There's definitely a charm in just using your voice
I
to
can't really keep that up for that long.
make sound
Roll it
effects.
back. I want to do more of those. I like those little guys.
So that was a video. So Sun, the usual quality of your AMVs. It hit the mark. It's great. The one thing I would pay some attention to. Oh my god, I had to really find that point of the video to comment on, huh? I don't know what I would change. I honestly don't really know what to give feedback on. Herman, 2 hours later, your channel has been closed. Oh my. What is this? I don't know either. Not gonna lie, this song is fire though, says Pitazio. Yeah, the song is interesting. Like, it's definitely a song. There are beats to it. It's not just random sounds. There is definitely thought behind this. Nice timing, Herman. Bro is lost in the video. Absolutely. Like, that explosion time with the sound is good. There's a lot of good moments.
Roll the tape back. I want to do more of those.
And I like the, you know, in typical Sun fashion, he cuts to the visual that actually complements the audio. So when the voice says,
Roll the tape back.
roll the tape back, she's literally handling tape. It's on the nose, but it's quite satisfying. Yeah, I don't have anything I would really change. I think it accomplished what it needed to, which was confusing me in a way that also makes me admire the piece of work. So thank you for submitting, Sun. Explosive sound made by him. Did you notice? Yeah. It's there's a charm to it for sure. But yeah, moving on. We got Lone Wolf. Oh yes, you posted this while you were in chat. I'm glad you were able to make it. Unfortunately, without any context, I will give you some generic feedback. It's just too random for us to critique. Yeah, I think that's what it might be. Like, I feel like I need to know the joke a little more, or like understand the context a little more. All right, so it's not a specific video. It's just a channel, meaning I'm just going to pick a random video. I'm assuming this one is the one. God. The explosion noises at the end are from the song itself. Oh, yeah. So it's not your own voice. Singers making them. Yes. Glimpse into my Elden Ring personas. Okay, it's a channel trailer. Let's check it out.
Cosmos, wake up. It's time to show them who you are, Cosmos. They've been
just a heads up, I have not played Elden Ring. My partner has, but I don't know anything about Elden Ring other than the stereotype of it being incredibly challenging, and it's just a hard game to play.
Dodging! Tell them who you are, Cosmos! I need you to wake up! Wake up, Cosmos! Show them who you are!
I like the desperation in the voiceover.
Finally, I've awakened from my slumber, and I remember I've been the Iron Shade. How many noobs I've killed with these 2 fingers? So many. What about the Kevin Smasher? I was one-shotting noobs and tryhards in one hit. They feared me all over the lands between, and I was massacring everyone. Cosmos is a true definition of a tryhard. Just look at the Naga Keeper main. I'm an excellent Naga Keeper player. What about the Forgotten Scythe Reaper? An agile fighter that I used to be. As you can see, I've been many warriors, and each one of them is a great one. Join the ranks, fill the spaces, spread the word. Cosmos is here!
More vocal percussion. Got some beatboxing. It's got an interesting vibe to it. Alright, more playthrough stuff. It does feel like battle music, which is pretty appropriate. But because I haven't played the game, I assume this is impressive. I mean, he took down his HP bar pretty quickly. That was pretty cool. Boom. Goodbye, host of fingers. Sweet, that was solid. For a channel trailer, I kind of like get the vibe of the channel and what I am going to be watching. I'm definitely not your demographic, but I think it's solid in terms of building expectation for your potential viewers. I do like this whole swelling of the music over here as well, with the choir in the background.
Fill the spaces, spread the word. Cosmos!
You're really hyping them up about Cosmos. It's great. So I think there's a lot of creativity in this that is working really well for me. If there's one thing I would pay attention to, it's just like this film transition kind of thing is a little cliche. I feel like it's overused in a lot of situations, and usually I feel like that's used for like memories or a sense of nostalgia, because when you think of a film roll, it's like, why am I showing things via film? So maybe a different transition could be a little more appropriate for this montage and this channel trailer. I think the fire works quite well because just from the genre of Elden Ring and going through violence and the intensity of battle and all that stuff. So maybe that's kind of the way to go. But yeah, what do you guys think, guys? Clean. Yeah, it was fire, bro. Keep going. Love it. Yeah, it's good stuff. Very nice. Yeah, thanks for submitting. We got Digital Impulse. We got a football video review of the first 3 minutes. Okay. Patazio says maybe some more sound effects in the beginning would make it better. Things like footsteps, sound swords, etc. Felt like there was only his voice and background music alone. That's true. I think that sound effects and sound design will make it a little more immersive. Because I felt like there were some sword swings.
Cosmos! I need you to wake up! Wake up, Cosmos! Show them who you are!
Finally, I've so they feared me all. What about the
And there's like sound effect over there as well.
just look, I used to.
So you are paying attention to sound. But you can definitely use some sounds or layer them in a way to like add a little more impact for certain hits that are like, you know, that require a lot more attention. That could be a way to go. Or things like risers. Justice for all film burn users. Oh, film burns. That was an era, and we're still in that era, it seems. No shade. I've used film burns a lot. So we got Digital Impulse asking for feedback on ways to improve on storytelling and video editing / color grading. One of my biggest projects, just trying to get better overall with storytelling and edits. Nice. Okay, I shot and edited everything in the first few minutes only on an Osmo Pocket 3. Oh, sweet. Been a video editor for only a few years. Haven't had the budget for a legit camera yet. All good. I love the Osmo Pocket 3. Partner got it for me as a present, and yeah, I should use it a little more often. I use it for BTS stuff. 27-minute video. There's some great shots for Osmo Pocket 3. You got a frame within a frame. It's cool. Little Sin City vibe, black and white with red highlight. Love that sunset shot. Yeah, that was great. There's a lot of like suspense and tension that's being built up.
You give everything you have.
It's working really well.
Why?
A
Because
little
you represent
pep talk as
something
well.
bigger than yourself. You represent people in the stands. You represent the community. You represent the brother that you pray with, you practice with, you cry with, you bleed with, you get after with every single week. What a tremendous opportunity you have tonight. All right? When I'm out on the field, there's so many memories and things that come flooding back to me. But just standing there, hearing the lights humming, hearing the crowd in the background, hearing just the smells, the game, what it means. The opportunity you have in front of you. I don't know if I've ever told you that I truly do believe, I'm blessed to be in front of each and every one of you here tonight. I know I've told you I love you, and I care about each and every one in this room. Highlight for me this week, last night, sitting in the auditorium with you. Going back and looking at some of those films from previous years and the success they had. As I was thinking about last night, early this morning, it just came to me.
Ooh, that's neat.
Us? Why not us?
Cool little flashback sequence over here. I feel like that's probably 3 minutes. And the rest is probably the game, right? That's sweet. That was solid. Nice job. I think there were a lot of good shots in there. A lot of creative choices. The color grade is pretty good, considering, especially if it's an Osmo Pocket 3. Has like a nice little sunset vibe to it. This warm nostalgia vibe that I assume you're going for is working really well. Yeah. And, people in chat are commenting about that sunset shot as well. Can't afford a pro cam yet. I use an iPhone Pro 2 to shoot. All good. Really good shots and edits, but in my opinion, the pacing is a little bit slow and music choice is a bit too generic, but great job. That's what good content music has commented on. I agree. So a lot of things are working really well. One main thing that I would pay attention to is, yes, the pacing. It's starting to feel really draggy. And I think that when you think about the ratio of the video, it's like a 27-minute video. So the first 3 minutes, like people are there you're expecting people to sit there for that entire game. So their expectation is like, they're not looking for like super snappy stuff. So I think it's okay for you to build some tension and anticipation and get people hyped up to watch the video. But I think that you can still benefit from getting things tighter. So some specific areas are just like some of the shots are being held on for too long without understanding what is going on. So for example, like this shot's beautiful. This is great. This shot, we see the team might be holding a little too long. And I don't know if you're just trying to time it with the music, but you can edit the music to fit the timing of what you want it to be. And I would recommend doing that. These shots are holding for a little too long. This is pretty good when they're running up to like kick the football. Like there's an anticipation and then there's a release of kicking it. And we want to watch that through. But there's a lot of leeway that's happening. There's a lot of dead air. And if it's not really serving a purpose, then I would cut it out. This is great. This transition over here, this effect is not really working for me. I think there's a level of, I don't even know how to describe it, like jankiness, scuffness to using such gritty effects for something that's supposed to feel kind of like hype and emotional and like slow drawn. But like this kind of effect I would expect to see from, I don't know, like a gaming montage or like something that calls for it a little more. This kind of took me out a little bit. I think that this video or this intro could do without any of these visual effects and that would just like bump the quality up. I don't know if you guys agree in chat, but that is my initial impression. The only time I think the effect really serves the purpose is this reverse and this flash cut thing.
Why not us?
Because it's going backwards to the beginning. And I think that works well for a visual storytelling aspect. But yeah, just tighten it. I feel like this 3-minute intro could have easily been like at most 2 minutes. I think that the coach talking is great and really like gets you immersed in the flow of things. I think it could come a lot sooner. I think this when does he start talking? Probably around here. Yeah. So it's like around like the first minute and 20 is just like, it doesn't get me excited fast enough, if that makes sense. We got Patazio saying that they really like this one. Yeah, best one so far. Yeah, this is good, really good. Thank you. If you go a little further in the edit, it picks up. Yeah, it definitely picks up later on. It's just that beginning part because, how would I say it? This is mainly for you to hype up people before they watch the full thing. So you don't have to really pay attention to like YouTube retention and analytics and all that stuff to like make sure people are watching through the whole thing, because they're going to likely watch everything. But I think there's still a level of like, you can get viewers to be hyped before they actually watch the match. And there's just a dragginess in the current cut that could be more effective if you just condense everything, or maybe a different music choice that is still feeling a little like emotional and stuff. But yeah, I think that just comes from editing more and really developing that skill. But overall, I do think it's really solid. I just noticed something kind of weird. When I hover my mouse over the playhead, it like does this weird over sharpening around the helmet. I don't know if it's just me, but anyways, that was a weird discovery. Derek says, nice work, really love the shots and composition. Maybe it's my social media brain, but it did feel a bit slow. Yes, the coach's voiceover, I feel like that could be added sooner too. Yes, exactly what I was saying. Reminds me of the Netflix series Last Chance U. Oh, I haven't watched that. But yeah, I think the storytelling's good. Like the voiceover and everything, and the cutting, you know, when you're cutting to the shots of the player, and even when they're reviewing their stuff over here. I mean, I saw the little preview over here, but
I know I told you I love you. I care about each and every one in this room. highlight.
Anyways, this shot over here, I
Last night, certainly
can't
not
find it in the actual video for some reason. Oh, there it is.
back and looking at some of those films from
I come back and looking at some of those forms, like, yeah, that's exactly what you should be cutting to. That's great. So the logic is there. It makes sense. But yeah, nice job. Nice work. And thank you for submitting your video. We got oh, I see. Understood what you mean now. Now that I've pulled up this this post, you accidentally commented rather than make a new post. So we got Benson posted a video over a day ago on X, and it's getting quite a lot of traction. What should I have done better? All right, Benson, let us check it out. But before we watch this, Austin says, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate all the comments. Thank you, Herman. I really appreciate all the feedback and comments. Definitely going to pick up pacing. Nice. Yeah, solid stuff. Just to read this little blurb for this video, stop being the exit liquidity. Most unprofitable traders are flying blind, guessing their way around the market. With the Zerion trading feed, you now have tools to track and copy. Okay, so it's like a trade related thing. So, okay, just so I know what I'm expecting and when we're getting into it.
Another late night, another perfectly timed buy at the top. You do the research.
Sorry, I got distracted a little bit. Let me play that back.
Another late night, another perfectly timed buy at the top. You do the research, you watch the trending pages, but every time you hit buy, it feels like the market was just waiting for you to become exit liquidity. It drains your portfolio, but worse, it drains your sanity. The problem
It's a cool little effect.
you are fighting
Doctor Strange.
invisible whales in the dark. But what if you stopped fighting them and started watching them? Zerion's new trading feed isn't just an app update, it's a surveillance tool. Here's how it works. Open the Zerion trading feed and hit the 30 days profitability leaderboard. Filter by network, tap an elite trader's profile and check their win rate. Hit follow, then scroll their activity tab to find a specific token you want to purchase. Tap the exact trade you want to mirror, hit the copy trade button. The swap is instantly routed for you. Just enter the amount you want to trade and you are done. So now, I don't guess what tokens are about to run on Base anymore. I track the most profitable wallets, I see their exact win rate, spot the alphas early, verify their execution, and with one tap, I copy trade. Their entry becomes my entry, their edge becomes my edge. Stop trading in the dark. Get the ultimate advantage on Base. Download Zerion and start trading like an insider.
Sweet. Solid video. There are a lot of interesting creative choices like this.
But
I think it's working well in terms of conveying
it was just waiting
what you're trying to. It's funny to show the frustration of like smacking your head and everything. You can feel that pain.
In the dark.
You're like cutting to, you know, these Wolf of Wall Street like shots while you're talking about the whales that you're competing with. I think the editing logic makes sense here in terms of your cutaways and inserts and everything.
Zerion trading.
I think it's easy to follow what's going on as well. There are some areas that I think could help improve it. One of them is just working on motion graphics. I think the font choice here feels a little cartoonish. Is that the right word? It just doesn't feel like it is appropriate for a digital app. Like there's a level of polish that is lacking. I think it's also the thick lines of the grid as well. There's like a level of refinement that I do think comes from just practice and also having references of like other, how would I say it, like mobile UI related videos and motion graphics to kind of like draw from for inspiration. Like what are they doing in their motion graphics that make it feel pristine? And I think it's just like, yeah, developing that designer eye by looking at more of those kind of things, and also the movement of the animation as well when it zooms in. I'm glad that you do that.
The amount you want,
like this, for example.
Just enter.
It's just one quick tip is if you are using After Effects, even if it's Resolve, I'm sure there's the same feature, but you need to ease your keyframes so that it's not going to be like It's like meow, meow. It's like this robotic linear kind of like thing where if you ease it, it's kind of like feathers and goes like it just feels a lot smoother. So you want to make sure that you ease your keyframes and it will look way better. That is the main thing. I think how colorful everything is, like you even got like the Spider-Man stuff in the background from the Spider-Verse, like clearly inspired by that. I really like how colorful the palette is. I think that's working really well. It has a very playful vibe. Yeah, I think it's just putting a little more work with the motion graphic stuff. And this is the vibe I was talking about. I realized that I was not sharing my screen while I was commenting that. That was great. What do you guys think?
Your sanity, but worse, it drains your.
Some people are commenting, oh yeah, engaging sound effects would be a game changer for this video. Agreed. I think that this was such an impactful moment visually.
It drains your sanity.
It could have been like a mammoth hit, some sort of hit.
Your portfolio for you to become the trending page.
And when there's like so many numbers that are like going through and stuff like that, it could be like digital beep boops kind of sound effects. I think that could add to the immersion when it comes to watching this and experiencing this video. But yeah, solid creative transitions and effects. Definitely. There's some, yeah, that's what Austin says in chat. Totally agree. There's a lot of creative choices in there. Watching Herman's edits made me expect more. Well, I seem to set a high bar then, because I think this was a solid job. Beginning was cool. Potasio says the beginning was cool. Maybe working on the design part would step it up, especially after the phone came into the scene. Yeah, so it's just like the motion graphics over here. Those are the things that I mentioned before will elevate the quality of that if you just study and see what other designs are doing and implementing in their digital related motion graphics and design, like posters, graphic designs, whatever. And also easing your keyframes. You will see a massive difference. But yeah, thank you for submitting your work. I think it was solid. Nice job, Benson. And we got our last submission from Jukesy. Sorry, no time to write. Your first animation ever. Drawing on a mouse. Oh yeah, I remember you talking about this one. This is the highly anticipated mouse drawing video. But you'd love to see my reaction. Tell me what you didn't like about the video so I can improve. Okay, sweet.
Where is the camera? Oh, hello. What's up, guys? Hope you are doing good. My name is Joe, and I spell it like this, not like this, cause some people pronounce it wrong, like this guy over there.
Yo, is this still edible? This looks kinda fresh. Nah, too crunchy. What are you looking at, Joey?
So, I'm from Egypt, and guys, I swear I don't live in the pyramids.
Before we keep going, I'm actually quite impressed with this video. There is a certain charm to the roughness of drawing things with your pen, because it gives me like old school, like Newgrounds animation vibe, like Flash animation. So I think this actually works quite well. If you did like storytime edits and everything, and I saw like these visuals, like I think I would be engaged. And so far, it's retaining my attention span really well because of the editing. So it's not even the animation part that's like impressive. It's just like
Kinda fresh. Nah, too crunchy. What are
just
you
like they hop out
Joey?
and just like cutting as they say the word.
So,
And then that like, little whip pan and stuff like that. It's just like it keeps things snappy.
I'm from Egypt, and guys, I swear I don't live in the pyramids. Just because I'm from Egypt doesn't mean I'm living like this.
An ally has been slain.
What the fuck? Now I have 3
That's good.
ideas for this channel. Let's check them out right here. I think we need a ladder for this one.
Some solid sound effects as well.
Alright, now the first idea is storytime animation. I have a lot of ideas for that. Introvert slide.
في حد يحط سلم في نص الشارع بهايم.
آسف.
اعمل ايه باسف؟ ده التليفون اتكسر، ده انتوا شعب ابن
Anyways, let's move to the next one though. Okay, the second idea is fun animations, and I already have one planned called the micro.
What the fuck is happening here? ما انا مش همشي غير بفلوس التليفون.
Harame! What the fuck is this, dude? Anyways, those are my first two ideas for this channel. And I also have one more idea? Bro, what is going on? I'm just trying to finish this video. Is that my ladder?
Hey, did someone steal something from you?
Yeah, this ladder. It's inside your car.
Oh, I can see.
Let's go to the last idea then. Thanks, officer.
No, I'm a sheriff.
Wait, it was a meme, I swear. I don't have a weapon.
I know you're kidding, but get in the car. Don't make any silly jokes again.
Okay, just let me finish my video and then we go.
Okay, you have a minute.
Alright guys, the
Look
last
how there's
idea is
interesting
emotional.
twists and turns in this video.
See one later, but for now I have to get out of jail first. That's all for my introduction. I hope you like the video.
That's enough.
Okay guys, tell me in the comments about any idea to make a video about and I will do it. All of this just because of one joke, bro.
I like that too.
At least
That little attention to detail of like the volume subtly fading away as the window's rolling up. Like, I think you did a solid job. This is great. Damn. I don't know why you were making it sound like it was going to be bad or something. Like, this is actually really solid. What do you guys think in chat? I really enjoyed this video. Good content music says, I'm entertained. Good job. Audio quality and clarity is my nitpick. I love the meme. I love the meme edits. Yeah. Joke. Seems like 2018 YouTube could be more modern, but like I said, it's good, especially for the first video. Yeah, totally. I think, as I said before, it kind of like makes me think of those like Flash animations in early content creation days, early YouTube stuff. Like you would see this with like storytime edits or whatever. I think there's a charm to it. I think it gives people a kick of nostalgia by drawing things with your mouse. I don't think everything needs to be refined. If you're trying to compete with others who are, you know, making modern edits and stuff, like you might have a hard time, but honestly, this could be a way of standing out. Just like going back the other way, just revisiting older aesthetics and stuff. I think we're in a wave where people appreciate nostalgia. Tazio says, I liked it honestly. Something I think could be done better is the voice. Maybe cleaning it a little bit would make it better. I agree. I think that
just because I'm from Egypt doesn't mean I'm living like.
I think the mic just feels a little distant. Like it feels like you're talking a little bit like over here rather than over here. And if you're lacking, I don't know, plugin skills, whatever it is, effects, and don't know how to make your audio sound better, there are tutorials on how to EQ your voice, but a cheat is if you want to use something like Adobe Podcast. Enhanced speech, you just have to upload your voiceover and it will make it sound studio quality. Now it's going to bake in the effects, so you can't do a lot, but it will make it sound a lot more professional. Like you actually recorded it on some sort of like condenser mic. So that is one area that you could fix. Otherwise, I really enjoyed, like I said, like it's snappy, kept things entertaining. I think in terms of the storytelling aspect and like the editing, like it kept things visually interesting. There were like new characters being introduced, which I wasn't expecting. Nice work, man. Yeah, thanks for submitting your work, especially in such a last minute situation. There's some, you know, shitposty meme type of vibe to it that I thought was entertaining. Good stuff all around. But yeah, that is it when it comes to the live review portion. Now, for the very first time, I will be announcing the winner of our community challenge. We only had 2 submissions, which did not make it a very, I guess, like, it didn't make it challenging to choose, I guess, between like a bunch of submissions. It was just like one or the other. And out of the 2, drum roll please, the winner of the first community challenge is Wi-Fi password. This post. Ta-da! Oh, voice cracked when my throat is dry. Yeah, I think you did a really solid job. There's a lot of things that I think were working for the video. Still under progress. Yeah, there's always next month. But yeah, a lot of things that were working out really well. I think that you engaged with the... Here, let me do a little full cam thing. Yeah, I think the you engaged with the prompt really well because the prompt was the mistake. And it's intentionally kind of vague because it's up to your interpretation. And I think that you interpreted that really well when you were making a video based on a mistake loop. I felt that that theme and that overarching message was, how to say it? Like I felt the emotion that you were trying to convey through it when you're planning everything only to scrap it and do it all over again. And I will show the video afterwards, don't worry. And I like how the ending sort of like suggested the loop as well. You know what? Let's just watch the video first.
North America's premier Gen 2 demonstration pilot, Randy.
Written, shot, edited, performed. Nice. Goes to show that you can make some simple, compelling things even on your own. Because it seems like they just shot it all in the room. Minimal lighting, just had an idea and executed it pretty well, if you ask me. Yeah, so like I said, I think the point of the theme of the video was not only accurate, but like I got it. And I like how the ending suggested a loop as well, because he went from the idea of making that, you know, that airplane video, scrapped it, and then his next idea is like, oh, the race car video. And then he tries to chase after that, only to be in that same stuck loop again. I felt like cutting to the visuals of the actual video playing, like with the planes and everything, was working quite well as well. Here, let me... like this a little bit, like he's thinking about it. And then we're basically in his head. He's imagining the video. Right? I think that works really well. And I think that when it comes to challenging himself, like I haven't seen Wi-Fi Password post anything that's like this before. So I'm impressed that, you know, they were able to do something like this with minimal resources. And I was also, yeah, just impressed with how like a simple, effective story could be conveyed in such a short amount of time without doing anything particularly fancy. Like they're just using... Sorry, my cat is walking across my keyboard. I think he's craving some attention. But it goes to show that you don't need to like have fancy gear or fancy equipment in order to convey something that's compelling. I think that the sound pre-lap is working really well too. Like during, like after this plane sequence kind of thing, it carries over and it kind of like blurs this feeling of like imagination and reality. And there was a bit of that beforehand as well. And I think that was an attention to detail that really made it not feel amateur, which is, you know, great. Like I think that adds to that polishness. And I also think that, you know, around here, this hesitation that's happening feels great. And you see like all these ideas that are written down only to scrap it later. So I feel that pain. That's the main thing. Cat reveal. Unfortunately, they have my boy has abandoned me looking for food. I think that's what it is. Ah, it's around his dinner time. Yeah, a lot of great things happening in this video. So some of the things that I think could elevate it, like your next few steps, is lighting. I think lighting could be the next thing to really pay attention to. I think that in terms of the vibe of this video, it actually works quite well that you have basically what looks like one source of hard lighting from your lamp, as seen over here. Like it adds to the moodiness, the interrogation, stuff like that. I think that if you were to add a kicker or something like that, or just like illuminate a little bit of the background so that there's a level of depth and feels a little less interrogating-y, that can add a level of polish. Because yeah, lighting, like no matter what camera they're using, it makes a massive difference. I think that for this part, when you're reusing the footage to show that this is what you're imagining in your head, it could be stylized a little bit, maybe like black and white, to show that this is not real video that you actually shot. This is something that you're just imagining. So yeah, black and white, or some sort of like blurry feeling dream sequence type of thing. You could throw on some sort of effect to do that. You don't need to like cake it or anything like that. Just like a simple, even black and white for me feels like it conveys that quite appropriately. What do you guys think? And then this shot where it gets closer to your eye, it does feel a little jarring that like suddenly like you're looking down, it's on your eye, and then it doesn't hold on your eye for long before it goes into this sequence. I think that you could do a little push into your eye, and if you don't want to do that with your camera, you can just cheat it. There's no sense of space or anything in this shot. So you could just like have your camera here, right? And you just like lean into it. So it leans into focus, and you're basically like faking a push in. And that could be a way that makes it feel like, oh, we're pushing past the eye to like go into their mind to see what they're imagining. So that's another little suggestion. And I honestly felt like after the sequence, I don't know if it was this shot or this shot, these two shots right afterwards, and then after this, it shows that it's all written, but it's still like a blank page over here. So there's some sort of continuity problem that's happening with, like, for me as a viewer. I feel like this shot was unnecessary. I honestly think that maybe you could even cut from this to this, showing your frustration of like, oh man, do I want to do this idea? Maybe it's not that great. And then that way it shows that maybe during this imagination sequence, there was a passage of time. And while we as the viewer are watching it, you in reality have been writing this out to reveal this. Because this passage of time over here, from a blank page to this, to fully written, is not as convincing for a passage of time. And I think the last thing I wanted to share was there's a level of, how would I say it? It works well that you end it with a shot of you tapping the pencil, exactly what you were doing before when you were thinking about what to do here. Tapping your pencil to convey that you are in this loop. It's just like Groundhog Day. It's happening again. But maybe, and I don't know if you agree with this, let me know, chat, if you agree with this as well. If we use the same angle, basically the same shot, would that convey a loop a little more visually intuitively? Instead of this angle where it's slightly blurry, it's fading into the dark, can't really tell what's happening right now. But if we just like reuse this shot or reuse this angle, and then it's just like race car video or whatever you write over here. Yeah, raceway video. Then maybe it will convey that sense of loop a little clearer. I don't know. Just a small thing. But otherwise, again, solid job. Congrats on the W. We got W's in chat. Yeah, black and white and heavy grain would be cool. This is a suggestion from Good Content Music. Yeah, that could work for the imagination sequence. And then this is your media guy. My video was edited on CapCut Mobile. Damn, CapCut Mobile. There's some amazing edits that people do with their CapCut Mobile. I've seen them on TikTok. But anyways, great video. You deserve the win. Congratulations. You are the Spotlight winner for our very first community challenge. And what does that mean? As a Spotlight creator, you get featured in the breakdown during a monthly live stream. That is what's happening right now. You get the permanent Spotlight creator role. So you are going to be the only one with this role. You get 1 free month of Kaizen Flow upgrades. So you get this month's lessons, and I guess next month's, yeah. So there will be 3 lessons for you to check out, and you get to also judge the next challenge. So instead of me picking the winner, you can actively pick the winner, and you get to influence the theme of the next challenge. So a lot of things. But when it comes to this community challenge, I don't know when's the next time I should do it. Because unfortunately, being a first-time host for this community challenge, like there's obviously a lot of work, but which I don't mind. But I think people were just not as interested, or they weren't compelled to join. When I did a little poll before over here, like there were no submissions and it was pretty close to deadline. And when I asked people to vote below, this was the result. Prompt was too vague. Few people thought that, or the requirements and rules were a bit confusing, which I understand because there is because I'm doing something that's not the same as what others are doing, it can overcomplicate it a bit. I tried to keep things as clear and concise as possible, but I don't know how to make it simpler without diluting the value, if you guys understand what I'm saying. So I really want to hear your guys' thoughts on the community challenge, what would compel you to join and what would bring you the most value, because I'm doing it for you guys. Yeah, that's why I want to hear your guys' opinion. Some people thought they needed more time, or they wanted to wait and see what others submit first. Some people weren't interested. And something else, most people were saying that they basically were just too occupied. They were busy with other stuff. Totally valid. If you got, client work, or you're already engaged with another community challenge, like, I get it. So I know the timing's not going to work for everyone. Maybe I should just wait until like there are more members in the community. So even if it's a small percentage of the community that joins, it's still going to be more than just 2 submissions this time. Yeah, we'll see. But keep an eye out in the announcement channel if I do host another community challenge. Like, I don't know if I should extend the deadline. Maybe that's the way to go, but would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Good Content Music says, that's cool. I wish I participated. It's always next time. Don't worry. And we got New Lucky in the chat. Hi, I have one small question. Since it's near the end of the stream, I am willing to answer a question. This is not an Ask Me Anything stream, but we have finished reviewing people's work, so make it a good question. And then we'll wrap things up after. In the meantime, that is the submit for live review. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what you guys submit for next time in March. I guess I'll be seeing you guys in another month. All right, New Lucky has asked their question. How long does it take you to edit your videos, because you go insane with editing? Oh, well, I think it depends on the video. I'm trying to think of an answer, but it always varies, and it depends on where I want to take it. but usually it will take me anywhere between 1 to 2 weeks because I'm not only cutting it, I'm doing the VFX, sound design, color grading, all that stuff. And then I'm also editing promo videos and stuff, like vertical content of that. So it ends up being on average like 1.5 weeks. Yeah, so like 7-8 days, I guess. And honestly, I don't think that's enough time. Sometimes I'm like trying to time box myself into something that's a little too tight, but no pressure, no diamonds. Got good content using music asking, what do you think about AI VFX mixed in with real footage? Do you notice my AI VFX in my music video submission? Yeah, I noticed it. And I think that's mostly because I know what to look for. But it still looked good. Like I think it worked in your video. There's a level of smeariness and contrast and like artifacts in it that AI is just not there yet. My thoughts about AI VFX that's mixed in real footage, I think it's fine. I'm actually using it myself. For this latest video, there is a section where I use it as a transition, and it's mostly just to, how would I say it? Alleviate any burden or challenges between actually executing the idea or like whatever's in my head to actually executing it and making it work, because there's some things that are either too expensive or I don't have the tools to do it, and sometimes using AI is the answer to that. So for example, in like my latest video, this is AI. I mean, most of this video is like AI with some real moments and stuff like that. I do not know anything about 3D. This would have to be a 3D shot. If I actually shot this in real life, I would have to find an abandoned place with a concrete floor, do a wet down, tie fishing lines for each of the cameras, pull them, make sure they're exactly steady and they're rotating the exact way that I wanted to. I didn't have to do that. All I did was use AI. So I think it's totally fine because it empowers people or editors or creators to actually like just remove any friction that comes with executing their ideas. Now, using it for full video is a different story. Damn, bro, you work hard. Thanks for answering my question. I just joined your Discord. Nice. Welcome to the community. And yeah, I guess I work hard. It's hard to say sometimes. Sometimes I feel super lazy. And sometimes I have to be super disciplined. It's a never-ending battle of inner turmoil. Good Content Music says, I have another horror-themed music video from the same artist that was posted for Halloween. I'll probably submit it next month. Nice. Looking forward to it. AI horror VFX. AI is a time sleeper and it can work well. Yeah, totally. If you are using it to, as long as it's not like the whole video, that's when I think it really becomes like slop. Or, if there's no genuine human story being told through it, like, come on, man, respect the viewers. But it's scary how good it is. Like, I've scrolled on TikTok and like while I'm scrolling, it's just like I fell for a video that I thought was real, but it was actually AI because I thought it was a real moment. I think it was like a dog trying to choose its new owner, and everyone's like sitting in a circle on chairs and then they clap and stuff like that when the dog goes to one of the person, implying that that's going to be their new owner, right? That's like their partner and stuff. And I was like, oh, what a heartwarming moment. And then I see some blurriness, some weird stuff happening when like someone's clapping, their hand was like in a weird position. I was like, it's AI. Can't believe I fell for it. All right, I'm going to answer this last question from New Lucky and then end the stream. Any tip on how I can be disciplined? I don't have any good ones. I'll tell you that. I have trouble being disciplined myself. I think that discipline is overrated. I think that you should just find stuff that you genuinely find fun doing. If you can lean into the things that you think is fun and there is as least amount of friction there is possible to do it, then you are already going to be having an advantage over your competitors who don't find it fun. So yeah, I think that can translate to different things in different areas, but I don't have like a silver bullet or answer to that really. AI is also actually, hold on, for discipline. I was actually, you know what, I'm going to pull up something. and I just left feedback for Kaizen Horizon, like a tier 3 member in Frame by Frame. And they were also asking, like, what are some ways to fight laziness when it comes to transitioning from like pre-production to actually shooting the thing. So you've planned everything, it's just like you have to get off the couch and actually do it. And I think that if you plan things that you're genuinely excited about, so if you have ideas that you actually want to try and execute and it's rewarding to see the results of that, then you have something to look forward to. And that's your motivating factor rather than relying on like hustle culture and grinding and like making sure that you wake up at 6 a.m. every morning and cold shower and, you know, go for a run and then, I don't know, whatever, right? That's going to burn you out. And also just give yourself something to look forward to after you're done whatever you're doing. Maybe you got to treat yourself to a nice meal or get a guilty pleasure, get bubble tea. That's what I do. Or I get katsu curry. And also just like time blocking yourself. So you look at your calendar and you're like, oh, I have 2 days to shoot this. I know that after these 2 days, I don't have to worry about it anymore. Let's get this done as quick as possible. And lastly, just think about the consequences of not doing it. I think that's the main thing for me. When I think about everything that I've pushed through and all the videos I made, and I look back and I'm like, how did I do that? I don't consider myself disciplined. How did I shoot all that, edit all that, plan all that? How am I a YouTuber with 171,000 subscribers now? It feels like a miracle. And I think it's all driven by consequence. It's thinking about what are the consequences of my inaction. If I don't make videos, if I'm not a YouTuber, I know that years down the line, I am going to be filled with regret. I'm not getting any younger. I don't want to waste my time and then look back and be like, man, I should have been a YouTuber. That's the lifestyle that I wanted to pursue. I wish that I didn't, I don't know, listen to my parents that told me to go into other jobs and stuff like that. Like, I don't want to be, I picture my future self and I don't want that to be me. So that is the main motivating thing for me. That's my North Star. We only get one life. Yeah, that was a long-winded answer, and I don't know if that really helps, but just me rambling. I agree. Thanks for the tip, bro. Starting out my career in filming path. Nice. It'll be a long journey, but there's a lot of fun in it. There's a lot of fulfillment as well. Hi, can you review my work? Unfortunately, not this stream. Probably next stream. If you want to submit your work, I will open up the submission channel, which is this over here, at some point, usually a week or so before the end of the month. So probably around March, probably somewhere around here. Open a submission. This time around, I opened up like a day before, like I literally opened up last night because I did not remember that February only has like 28 days in the month. So I was like, oh, I realized that I announced the stream without opening the submit for live review. So that's my bad. But yeah, when I open this up, you can submit it. Just make sure to join the Discord. Good content music with a daily Sigma discipline routine. Wake up at 5 a.m., 10 hours in the gym, ice bath, 20 hours of focused work, eat 3 raw steaks, 10,000 push-ups, face smashing. Oh, God. Yeah. All I do is... Oh, we got a... I actually never thought about how to pronounce your username. Izirax? Is that right? In the chat? What's going on? I'm unfortunately wrapping the stream. But yeah, that's it, guys. That is the stream. Again, I do this every month. Thanks for sticking around for this long. Thanks for joining. Thank you for those that have submitted their video. Because yeah, it's always how do I say it? It can be tough submitting your work and just like being under judgeful eyes, watching it and critiquing it, and that would make me feel self-conscious. So, you know, being able to be willing to share your work, whether it's work in progresses or whatever, you know, it takes courage. So amazing. Yeah, otherwise, I guess I will see you guys next month. Just Just call me Isaac. Yes. Okay. I'll call you Isaac. Isarax. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'll see you guys next month. Take care. And I will see you in the next stream. Goodbye.